Welcome to this video series taken from the third chapter of A Guide to Buying Art, Interior Decorating Your Home for Positive Wellbeing. If you haven't read the book yet, copies can be obtained from Path's shop on the link in the description below or at Parallax Art Fair. In this video, which serves as an introduction, we'll learn two things. The first is that our home must directly influence what art we select and buy. Art should not be bought on a whim or in isolation, but as part of a decorative scheme for our room. The second thing is, we'll learn about what is called massing when arranging items in a room. So let's dive in. We need to first say something about the context of art. The context, of course, is an interior in our home. Commencing our discussion in this order is important because the relationships and spaces between objects in a room are fundamental. This will also help to guide us when selecting and purchasing art. We should be buying art knowing exactly where it will go in our home. It stands to reason then that thinking about our home must precede any consideration of artworks. To some extent, the home must determine the kind of art we select. When we buy art on a whim, or for investment, or simply because we like it, that creates the problem of a scattered look in our home. That's because we're going from the art to the room, instead of from the room to the art. If the lead colour of a room is green, for example, it wouldn't make any sense to purchase artwork that is the same kind of green. The colour of our room can also optically change the size and colour of our artwork. This is why experienced buyers, when it comes to colour pieces, do not buy art online, and we should follow their example. The important point is that we should start with a decorative scheme in our room and buy art that fits it. So let's talk about how to arrange a room into masses. When we are confronted with a lot of objects in a room, our brain orders the sensory information into basic masses. When arranging an interior then, our task is partly to help the brain operate efficiently. As a consequence, a room should be arranged into simple masses. We can get a better understanding of this principle by standing in a corner of our room and squinting to reduce the light. Now, how does the room appear? Scattered? Cluttered? Confused? Do areas vanish in too much darkness or brightness? How does the room actually make us feel? Does it strike us with a sense of rest and contentment? If not, the arrangement is likely in conflict with the eye, and there is no massing. The first glance of a room must strike the eye in terms of elementary groups. However, the same principle of massing should be apparent in all the details too. This is because each detail is made up of smaller components, and these must also be treated like masses with their own constituents. A key principle then is that a room must involve the principle of massing. In the next video, we'll look at the mechanism and techniques behind massing.
Listen!